put that in perspective when you hear that the likes of Oracle and Hewlett-Packard Enterprises and even Elon Musk moving his home to Texas, and you're beginning to see a trend here. Some people are calling it the latest Texodus, if you will, to play off the theme when you want to play out, safer tax environments here. Charisse Bodish welcomes all of this, sees the reason why it's happening. She's the Austin Chamber of Commerce Senior Vice President of Economic Development. Charisse, very good to have you, and Merry Christmas to you. It's certainly been a Merry Christmas for Texas, hasn't it? Because they're lining up one after another to come to the Lone Star State. What is the draw, you think?
Well, first, thank you, Neil, and Merry Christmas to you as well. You know what? I think you've said a lot of it just in the beginning there, that Texas has a very business-friendly environment. We don't have a personal income tax. Some people, they hear that and they're like, what? So we're very advantageous for individuals moving here, but we've got a lower cost of living. We're below the national average. Our state and local tax burden is 18% below the national average. We also have the 6th best educated workforce in a major metro area in the country. But, we have a lot of accolades. The thing about Austin, though, is that it is this weird little blend within the state of Texas. It's a very creative, very innovative, very collaborative environment. And it's attractive to a lot of these big companies because, you know what, at the end of the day, Neil, companies need to make a profit. And they want to make a profit, but they're also becoming very social conscious. They want to give back to their community. They want their employees to be involved in communities. But at the end of the day, they are a business, and it's those profits that they can then churn into those good deeds that they're doing in all of these communities.
It's definitely picked up the pace. I've talked about Oracle and Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, Elon Musk and Tesla and all this. But what's striking about it is it's the mirror opposite of what's happening in so many states, like New York, where we showed these protests going on. They're looking at having to raise taxes to fill these revenue gaps. That's not going down well. So I imagine their situation will only get worse if the only way they can sort of balance the books is to do it with higher taxes. It plays out in one state after another, but not Texas. I guess the obvious question I have for you is, with all of these people and businesses coming, can you support them without raising taxes, without doing the kind of things that other states have said, well, we have to do that to support the new infrastructure around these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of folks coming over to our state?
Well, that's an interesting question because in Texas, that's something that's talked about. And just in case you didn't know, our legislature is about to go into session. And people go, what do you mean they're about to? Well, they only meet every other year. And we appreciate that. I forgot that, yeah. we like to limit that impact. So, we really are focused on, if you can provide the mechanisms for businesses to be successful, then that's going to translate into people that have jobs, that are able to work, that then have that income that churns throughout the communities and churns through the state. So it's more about giving companies the ability to be able to make that money and to make that profit that turns into that economic engine. So it's not, let's see if we can tax our way out of a hole.
It's interesting. I forgot about what it said. I believe your legislature, meets the fewest days of any in the country. Yet it's been pretty productive. I remember one Texas businessman had said to me, my accent's horrible, it's less time to do any damage, Neil. I always like that. Less time to do any damage. Charisse, thank you very, very much. Continued success. It does provide an example of how you can entice businesses.